Hello, my name is Alex. I'm going to be evaluating and observing the TeenSpace at the Monroe Public Library. It is located in Monroe, California, in my hometown. I chose this library not only because it's in my hometown, but I also had in-person experience with the TeenSpace when I was once a teen. But the location of the TeenSpace in the Monroe Park Library is very interesting. It is in the adult and teen services area, even though 95% of the area here is mostly the adult services, but only I would estimate about 5% of the overall area is actually for teens, which is kind of hidden a little bit here, as I will discuss. But the layout and the design is very simple, neutral with its colors. The only different, multicolor flooring, which matches the furniture, um, along with, tables being provided for teens to use. Again, it's a rectangular layout, but it is key to note that most of the fixtures, the floorings, the lightings, and even the color is almost the exact same thing as that of the adult service area. Um, so it's kind of almost like it almost blends in. But here I'm presenting different angles of the teen space. Again, very, very open, very open. There's no other walls in this area and this side as well, besides these two sides. So it's a very open teen space. Again, with lighting, very, very decent lighting, but I do believe that in the adult area, there's more lighting that is provided for, adults, mostly because this is the, computer area for adults and as well as other study tables as well. But the technology here is very minimal. You have a good set of computers here for teen users, a little bit less due to COVID restrictions and policies, but they do have minimal technology compared to, let's say, the adults who outside, just inches away from the teen area, have a lot of computers, printing access, 3D printing, scanning. Um, there's more resources and technology and equipment outside the teens area that, if teens were to use them, they would have to go out of their area. But signage is another thing that I've noticed in this teen area. There's minimal signage. You have a few posters, expressing like creativity, be, part of your library. But there's no big signage or anything that kind of signals that this is a teens area. As I stated before, it's very hard to determine that this is a teens area since the design, the layout, the furniture, the fixtures, the colors are almost the exact an exact copy of what's on the other side of the adult service area. So it's hard to tell that this is actually a teen space, which can be very difficult for many teen users to locate this area. But besides, that, we have, common signages such as health guidelines. I did observe and realize this teen area reserved for grades 6 to 12 signages. They're all over the tables. Again, prior to let other patrons know that this is a teens only area. And again, just a minimal signage of, the Teen Advisory Board, which is an organization within the library that, does a lot of volunteering and community help and participation within the library. Here's more pictures of those signages. And again, here we have, as I was stating, more signages, displayed on this television here. And as well as, this adult patron here, that's important to know that even though there are signages that say teens area, that adult patrons still enter this area. Another thing is the collection. The collection is very minimal. Again, just 3 bookshelves on 3 sides of the teens area displayed here. Graphic novels, teen books, Magna comics, some of the most common things that, most librarians that I also was told that they choose for their teen users, and they believe that, would be very interesting to them. But there is important to know that I also observed an outside location that has more graphic novels, comics, superheroes, books that are mostly for teens as well. But it's interesting to know that this area is outside of the teens area. Again, this could be due to what I observed, such as space. Um, if you were to add that outside collection into the teens area space, it would make everything very more smaller. And again, last thing I wanted to point out was that, you know, the adult service area and the teens service area is fighting each other, where the adult service area is more dominant than the teens area. As you can tell, it's very small. And again, this does present problems as well that I noticed when teens try in the past try to socialize, talk, and they're being told to be quiet or be asked to leave due to being a disturbance to, you know, the adults around them. Again, as I stated, you know, there's study rooms here, study tables here for adults, computer usages for adults. So teens area is very surrounded by a lot of adult resources, equipment, and areas that, you know, they're currently present. But it's also important to note that because of the lack of a few important elements that this teen space is displaying, such as signages and visuals that express that this is a teens area, it is causing some adult patrons to actually, you know, quote unquote, invade this space, um, which again is not a good thing due to it trying to be a specific area for teens. But overall, that is what I observed from the Monroe Public Library, and I do believe that the purpose for this teen space is to create a space for them to, you know, work, study, but also socialize, and, you know, call a space that they could, you know, design or own as well. And I believe that there's a few improvements that, you know, this area could be done in order to make this teen space very successful, and not just being a space hidden within the adult service area, but a space that, you know, can bring teens daily, and help teens, you know, always be reminded that, you know, this is an area within the library, within the community, that they can come here and not only study but also socialize and gather together with other teens. Um, and like I said, you know, an improvement could be, you know, the overall atmosphere, environment, to design, color of the teens area to something even more like for the children's area. Just from the naked eye, you can tell that there's a big difference here, and, you know, you can tell this is for children. But overall, that is what I observed at the teen space at the Monroe Public Library. And more will be discussed in the paper that I'm writing on this teen space. Thank you.